Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Thunder Weekly, a production of the Oklahoma Sports Report. I'm Rick Heath. With me, Mark Rodgers. And Mark, we are at Pub W in Norman. It's a wonderful place. It has all the TVs you want to watch, your sporting events. They got great food, great drink specials, everything you want for these warm weather type situations that we're going through right now.
It's a great place to watch the games. Their TV setup is incredible here. The fried chicken for brunch is awesome. And then my favorite appetizer here, the pigs in the blanket. Not many people have it around town. They got a great cheese sauce for that. So one of my favorites.
Well, they have brunch too on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. So it's a great place to come enjoy your favorite food, drinks, and watch sports. And speaking of sports, Mark, the Thunder have been beset by injuries here lately.
Yeah, they have. They were fairly fortunate last year. There was a lot of missed games between iHeart and Chet, but here in this recent stretch, Oklahoma City has lost so much of its important scoring with Ajay Mitchell and Jada being out, and it's hard to make up for that without relying a ton on guys that are normally depth pieces. So you're asking for major minutes.
Well, and those guys, like you said, those guys that are depth pieces are capable, highly capable, but they're not supposed to be called on every game like they've had to be. And I saw a stat where the Thunder have lost 230-something games so far, to this point, to injuries. And that was like the third most games lost. And I think, of course, the Pacers are number one with Hallie. But still, the injuries that the Thunder have sustained, there are to the main cogs. J-Dub and iHeart are two of the main cogs in the offense and on the team and defense and everything else. So those are the things that you hope you can get by and just hold still. Don't lose your lead or don't lose much of it. And so far, the Thunder have been able to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to see, in certain instances, maybe a little bit of different approach to a few of these games. Maybe more time for Ousmane Dieng, which you could showcase him for potential trade, which I think would benefit the team. But you're really asking guys to kind of play out of position somewhat because they need scoring. I mean, you start to line it up.
Yes.
You line it up. You're missing 31 points a game with Dub and Ajay Mitchell, and it's probably more than that because I don't think Dub's necessarily been comfortable yet. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, to me, the most important thing, you got a cushion in the West. It's tough to deal with this right now, but you got to try to do the best you can to stay on top of that by the end of the year.
Yeah, and by the time the end of the year comes, get everybody healthy and give them, a few games to get in rhythm, ready to go. Hey, we're at Pub W in Norman, and you too can come and enjoy wonderful food. They have a meatloaf now. Mama's meatloaf is back. Mama's casserole is here. They got all kinds of great food, and we'll be talking about that and more when we come back on the Thunder Weekly TV show.
If you've been in an automobile accident, you need expert medical evaluation and care. Just like in football, every team needs a leader to reach the goal line. Dr. Lopez will be the quarterback of your care. With a trusted network of specialists, he makes sure every part of your injury is treated the right way. As a board-certified, fellowship-trained trauma specialist, Dr. Lopez brings years of experience to your recovery. Concussions are often overlooked, but we use the iBox concussion system, the only FDA-approved office-based device for detecting concussions. Play it safe. Get checked out without delay. Call the OKC Car Crash Clinic at 405-86-CRASH today. Your health is too important to wait.
Reveal the skin you've always wanted with Morpheus 8 at the new Laser Light. Combining the power of microneedling and radio frequency, Morpheus 8 stimulates collagen production to tighten, smooth, and contour your skin. It's a non-surgical solution for scars, wrinkles, and other blemishes, perfect for your face, neck, and body. Experience youthful, radiant skin with minimal downtime. Schedule your consultation today at the new Laser Light and discover a new you with Morpheus 8.
Mark, one of our good friends, T&W Tire, is sponsoring us this year. Talk to us about T&W Tire.
Well, we love T&W Tire. They're the sports animal locks of the week, so you're always going to get some good advice on that. T&W Tire started off in Oklahoma in the 80s with 5 locations, and they've grown to 30 locations that are all across the Southwest, Midwest part of the United States. So if you need tires for a fleet of vehicles, that's what they really specialize in. They do a great job with that. But T&W is more than just tires. If your car has the check engine light on, you can roll in there, oil change, they do it all. They'll usually give you a diagnostic exam for free when you go in there. So check them out, man. They do great customer service. Lovely guys at the location on 25 North Council Road over there, but they've got locations all over. As we said, great family-owned business.
The garage is more than just a place to fix up the classic car. It's also a place to watch an instant classic. Or write the next great classic rock song. The garage, the place to keep it classic.
Charles, I do quite enjoy Oklahoma, but I do declare I miss the pub.
Oh, Michael, you silly muppet. Why don't we just go to Pub W? You plonker. Pub W. It's Oklahoma's pub with all your favorites. Fish and chips, pigs in a blanket, chili lime chicken salad, and of course, whiskey.
You said whiskey, my good man.
Indeed I did. Pub W.
Oklahoma's pub.
And welcome back, Thunder Weekly. Mark Rodgers, Rick Heath from Pub W, where you can get Mama's Chicken Casserole. Mark, Mama's Chicken Casserole is back on the menu, and it is better than ever. And we'll have some out here in a little bit to show you. I also have smoked kielbasa sandwich, and they're smoking meats now. They got a bone-in pork chop, they got steaks, and they got the kielbasa smoked meats all here at Pub W. And there's 3 Pub W's in the metro, one here in Norman, one on South May, and one in Memorial in Oklahoma City. So you can come in and enjoy Pub W throughout the city. Let's talk about the injuries, Mark, that we began talking with in the first year. The biggest one to me is iHeart. iHeart's got a soleus, which I had no idea what a soleus was when they said that. But it is a calf injury that several prominent players have had to watch and go through because it can cause an Achilles problem.
Right. I mean, they just basically shut him down for a while. So the soft tissue injuries are really bad. I mean, with J-Dub having the hamstring, the Ajay Mitchell injury is more of a core injury. So these are not injuries that, that it's not something that comes with a certain, hey, you're out 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, you got this or an ankle or something like that. And so it's hard to tell when to get these guys back out on the floor because you certainly don't want to re-aggravate that and then miss the playoffs.
Well, to me, that's 3 of the top 5 players on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, because iHeart is instrumental in what he does, setting screens and passing and rebounding and defense. And, of course, J-Dub's an all-star. And to me, Ajay Mitchell is one of the most important players totally because when Shea goes to the bench, Ajay Mitchell's been providing the offense that they lacked last year.
Yes, I mean, and he has also gotten major minutes, I think, kind of to take up for some of the players that have been in and out of the lineup at times. Lou, pretty much anyone that you talk about of the Thunder, those rotational players have been out of the lineup for certain games. And Ajay Mitchell is, net rating defensively, top guard in the league. So
and that's amazing to me.
Improved so much on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, his offense is very, very timely. He knows how to handle the ball. He knows how to probe. He knows how to get to the basket. Knows that he's a good 3-point shooter, and he distributes. And then on top of that, he's one of the top 3 defenders, maybe one of the top guards. His rating is even better than Dort's.
Yeah, quite a bit better this year than Dort's.
And so that to me, that's why they miss him as much as anybody because he's that anchor off the bench that comes in, and that's a lot to say for a second-year guy.
It is. And congratulations on him making the Future Stars game. That's well deserved. Didn't have a whole lot of accolades last year because he was injured about this time and missed the rest of the season and didn't come back until the finals. But if he would have been healthy throughout last year, I think that his trajectory would be even at a higher spot than people want to believe that it is right now.
Yeah, and he's going to allow them. I mean, I never really was a James Harden fan, but remember when the Thunder went to the finals and played Miami and LeBron, Harden came off the bench and provided them 18, 20 points a game, and that's what those contending teams need is a bench anchor, and I think AJ does that for them. Speaking of also of anchors, Caruso was out. he's been hurt and he's out, and he is a defensive anchor, So and Jay Will's been in and out, so that's all that. For them to maintain and keep that lead has been pretty remarkable up to this point.
Yeah, anytime Caruso, you see a guy wearing a big back brace like that, and every time he comes out of the game, that's not a good situation. Caruso is, I think, a very important piece in winning the championship. That was a great trade when they brought him in last year. Trading a piece in Josh Giddey, who had great potential that the Bulls are recognizing, and bringing in a role player that Caruso helps decide a series like he did against the Nuggets. But if you're just going to go out there and ask Alec Caruso to score 20 points, that's not going to work. I mean, he's not that type of guy. He's going to get you defense, and so that's why I think even with him back out there, Cason Wallace, another guy, going to give you defense, situational scoring, not going to go for 20 a game. So the Thunder are missing their two of their guys that can get them big point production.
Well, yeah, and shut down the other team. That's the part that these losses that they have had. By the way, the first back-to-back home losses since 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how long it's been since they've been, two games in a row. So, they need to get well, and they will. It's just me take a little time, maybe after the All-Star break. But we will see. As long as they do get well and before the playoffs, they'll be okay. Hey, I forgot to tell you about Oklahoma Sports Report Productions, and you can get a hat like this from surfandturfgolf.com. They have Thunder-type hats, they have OU-type hats, and they can make your company's logo on these type hats. So surfandturfgolf.com, find out more about them, and they can make you look just as sharp as Mark looks when he has one. All right, we'll be back with more right after this.
I'm Oklahoma Sooner quarterback John Mateer. My job is to move the ball down the field and get the Sooners across the goal line. If you have been injured in an auto accident, you need a pro to be the quarterback of your medical care needs. Right here is your guy for the job.
Thanks, John. I'm Dr. Martin Lopez with the Oklahoma City Car Crash Clinic. I'm a specially trained physician with decades of training experience to help get injured Oklahomans back into the game of life.
Make your best play. Call and contact Dr. Lopez at 405-86-CRASH or visit okccrash.com.
Reveal the skin you've always wanted with Morpheus 8 at the new Laser Light. Combining the power of microneedling and radio frequency, Morpheus 8 stimulates collagen production to tighten, smooth, and contour your skin. It's a non-surgical solution for scars, wrinkles, and other blemishes, perfect for your face, neck, and body. Experience youthful, radiant skin with minimal downtime. Schedule your consultation today at the new Laser Light and discover a new you with Morpheus 8.
The Garage is more than just a place to fix up the classic car. It's also a place to watch an instant classic. Or write the next great classic rock song. The Garage, the place to keep it classic.
Charles, I do quite enjoy Oklahoma, but I do declare I miss the pub.
Oh, Michael, you silly muppet. Why don't we just go to Pub W? You plonker. Pub W. It's Oklahoma's pub with all your favorites. Fish and chips, pigs in a blanket, chili lime chicken salad, and of course, whiskey.
You said whiskey, my good man.
Indeed I did. Pub W.
Oklahoma's pub.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, you need to contact Dr. Martin Lopez at the OKC Car Crash Clinic. There you will be evaluated and treated by a board-certified and fellowship-trained specialist with 3 decades of clinical expertise. Concussions are an injury that are frequently underdiagnosed. At the Oklahoma City Car Crash Clinic, we utilize the iBox concussion assessment system to help further evaluate you. For an evaluation, please contact the Oklahoma City Car Crash Clinic at 405-86-CRASH or check us out at okccrash.com.
And welcome back. Thunder Weekly, a product of Oklahoma Sports Report, a production of Oklahoma Sports Report. Mark, the Thunder need to get healthy because they got a 3-game stretch coming up that's going to be very, very taxing and challenging. They go to Denver, come back home and play Orlando, then they go to San Antonio. all before the All-Star break.
Yeah, schedule is becoming more difficult. It's a pretty tough stretch during February for Oklahoma City. It looks like they're going to dodge one of the Denver games without Jokic. His return is expected here pretty quickly. Denver's playing good basketball. They've gone through injuries much like the Thunder, only they've had one to their best player.
And they've sustained it much like the Thunder hoped to. I mean, they've won more games without Jokic than anybody thought.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's really stepped up. He's earned himself an all-star spot in the West, which he's as good as he's been at times in his career. He's never made an all-star team, so I think that's deserving there. But I think there's a good chance that we see Thunder Nuggets in the playoffs at some point in time. Because I don't think anybody else in the West can beat them at Oklahoma City. So eventually those two teams will pair up.
And I like to see that. I want to see the game at Denver, and then they come back Orlando. Orlando is a middling team. I mean, they are
bricklayers.
Well, yeah.
They cannot shoot. They're going to play some defense, but man, their off-season trade for Desmond Bane, he shot the ball all right, but Paulo Banchero, high draft pick, the Thunder had a chance to get him. He's shooting under 28% from three-point line this year. So you have to have that threat, or people are just going to force you to shoot. You're going to stay away.
Let him shoot.
Yeah, they're not going to drive.
Let him shoot.
SGA worked really hard on his three-point shot.
Yeah.
It's become very good. And so you have to really guard him in an authentic way.
And then when you come out, Shea can go right by, and that's what that's what's lacking.
The Magic are a little bit of a mess. I mean, but I think that's all on Banchero developing as an offensive player.
You know what? I saw a stat the other day. Orlando is 23-21 at the same point the last 3 years.
Wow.
So I mean that's how middling they are. They have the same record at the same point in 3 years in a row, and that is the essence of middling. And then the Spurs. I mean, do Thunder have a Wemby problem?
Well, it looks like they've got less of a Wemby problem than they had in the first three meetings that they had this year. The last time that they played Oklahoma City, they were getting after.
We got it coming here. All right, the
kielbasa,
the smoked kielbasa, Mama's chicken casserole. Woo woo! That's good. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
That's fantastic.
So the kielbasa smoked sausage with French fries, Mama's chicken casserole. It's like a dish that's warm and comforting hug when you need it. I mean, that's what you need. Like dig in, and all of a sudden you just get warm and cozy with that kind of a casserole.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Then here comes the lighter side of the surprise. That's a salmon poke bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got quinoa, avocado, onions, parsley, all kinds of wonderful things. It's a little fresher, a little healthier than some of the things I put in my body, but still very good. Food that is wonderful here.
Put the right thing in front of you and the right thing in front of me. They get that right.
They got the kielbasa. That with the pretzel bun.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't get any better than that. I got lost. Where were we? We were talking about
Wemby. Yeah. Oklahoma City got real physical with him in the last game. Yeah, he spent a lot of time on the floor. Some of that, I think, in an attempt to draw favor with the officials. Thunder fans didn't like that very much. I mean, he was so shaken by that game, he went out and shaved his head after the Thunder beat them. So,
well, now, speaking of the Wemby falling on the floor, the new dance craze in San Antonio is the Wemby flop.
It might be. They're going to be gunning for Oklahoma City when the Thunder come back down there. So I think the Spurs still have a little bit of a way to go. Some of the games they've won against Oklahoma City, they've had a big shooting disparity where they've shot it well and Oklahoma City hasn't. But hey,
but you know what?
Stephon Castle is a really, really good two-way player. His defense is already here. He does a good job on Shea.
His offense is not quite there, but he will get there.
Yeah, I think he can. So the Spurs are going to be that's going to be a team in the West the Thunder have to pay attention to.
And if the Thunder are still hurt, then it's just going to be take your loss if you have, win if you can, take your loss if you have to, see them in the playoffs, because you're not going to learn anything with the guys that the Thunder have out right now. And so hey, you go down to play the Spurs in San Antonio, do the best you can. You come back and say, hey, we'll see you later. That's about all you can do. But speaking of see you later, we have a smoked kielbasa sandwich with pretzel bun, Mama's chicken casserole, and a salmon poke bowl here that we're going to just divvy up here in a little bit and devour. And the casserole looks like it may drop my temperature when I go outside down to where it's livable, you know?
Yeah, that's
so
fantastic.
Anyway, hey, we'll be back with more on Thunder Weekly here from Pub W in Norman. And welcome back. Mark Rodgers, Rick Heath from Pub W. There's a couple other things on the menu we need to talk about, and that is the meatloaf, the always needed meatloaf here that they've made their name off of, is now available turkey. So they have a Chipotle turkey meatloaf, again, almost like the casserole. It's a warm hug. And then they also have brunch, 10 to 2, Saturday and Sunday. They have Whiskey Wednesdays, where every Wednesday it's a different flight of whiskeys. You come in and sit down and they'll entertain you with the story about the whiskeys and where they were distilled and all that, which ought to be fun. So 3 curated bottles each Wednesday. So you come in and have Whiskey Wednesday and enjoy it, which I'll have at some point before I have the casserole, perhaps.
Excellent. Yeah.
Or maybe the casserole first to give me a little anchor for the whiskey.
Always something going on at all 3 locations. So.
You bet. Great locations here at Pub W. Let's talk a little bit more about the Thunder and looking at the schedule projecting forward. Last year, the Thunder feasted on the East.
Yeah.
And this year it hasn't been quite as much, but the East is kind of different this year. The Pistons are leading the pack by far.
They were out to a great start. I think it also is fair to say that the Celtics have been a surprise because most people thought they're going to have a gap year and be down without Jason Tatum, but Jaylen Brown has stepped up and having a good season. And so the Celtics used that offense, unique offense in the NBA. It's, focusing on three-point shooting, and have remained right there in the hunt. And they're hoping to get Jason Tatum back where they can make a push.
He's trying. I mean, he's posting videos where he's working out and all that. But coming from a Achilles injury, it's iffy.
Yeah.
What you don't want to do is ever have a step back from an Achilles injury, because that may keep you out another year, and you don't want that at all. In the second place, Celtics, talking about Pistons, Celtics, and then Knicks, Raptors. Raptors had that win against the Thunder this last week, and Raptors look pretty good. I was at that game. They look pretty good.
You're going to have to give me more of a scouting report on the Raptors. It's like is Isaiah Quickly, and then you've got Brandon Ingram, and then you've got RJ Barrett. You got a whole host of different guys. I mean, but it's all worked well. I mean, they take Darko, former Thunder assistant, brought a lot of the Thunder principles in. They don't turn the ball over very much, and so they don't waste possessions, and they play pretty good defense.
Yeah, and they're it's a classic. The team is greater than the individuals, because individually I'm not sold on Quickly. Individually I'm not sold on Brandon Ingram. Those guys, they may or may not get you a good game, but they're working well together, and that's a tribute to the coach. Also, right now, the Cavs. The Cavs are playing okay, but they're not the team that people thought they were going to be.
The Thunder just absolutely hammered them in Cleveland on Martin Luther King Day and made them look awful. They've had injuries in the backcourt, and so they're having to start some guys there that they weren't expecting to. Let's see what Spider Mitchell can do. I don't know. Their inside game doesn't. I mean, Jared Allen and Mobley, the thought process was we're going to be one of the lengthiest teams in the NBA, but those guys don't normally play together on the floor at the same time. And so they've gone away from some of the principles that they had that got them off to the hot start last year. I just don't have much faith in the Cavs.
Well, I don't either. And you look at them, and then right behind them, breathing on them, is the 76ers. Embiid's finally back and healthy. And he's playing well.
Yeah, I think that's all about injury management for them, is that they can't afford to, whether he plays one every 3 games or, I don't know what they do. But if he's out there, that makes him a pretty good team with VJ Edgecombe and then also Tyrese Maxey. Yeah,
Tyrese Maxey. And then there's a guy on there that was instrumental in a lot of what the success the Thunder had in Paul George. When he left, they had, they got SGA back out of that. But so the 76ers look like they're coming around. But Nick Nurse played Embiid 46 minutes. I mean, after coming off an injury.
Yeah.
They're just going, whoa, what are you doing? What happened to injury management? So, you never know how healthy these teams are going to be. And it comes right back to the Thunder and how healthy they're going to be as the season progresses.
Yep, that's the most important thing and these injuries you can't control. But I think that they're clearly being cautious in order to keep everybody healthy for a playoff run.
Last question. Thunder make a trade at the trade deadline?
It's possible to send Ousmane Dieng out rather than extend him because you can get something of value for him. I think it's one of the reasons the Thunder haven't traded him yet is because they feel like they should get something pretty good for him. He's got a lot of potential.
Well, I think Presti's been unimpressed with what people are offering.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, he was the lottery pick. Presti had great ideas for him. He's got the frame, he's got the game, he doesn't have the motor. And I think that's the only thing lacking. So we'll find out more. That's going to do it for this week's Thunder Weekly. We'll see you next time. For Mark Rodgers, I'm Rick Heath on Thunder Weekly.